Who's that I see walking in these woods? Why, it's Little Red Riding Hood. Hey there, Little Red Riding Hood. You sure are looking good. You're everything a big bad wolf could want. Listen to me, Little Red Riding Hood. I don't think little big girls should go walking in these spooky old woods alone. Oh, what big eyes you have.
Are you ready to bark at the moon?
Ow!
How do you do? Welcome to the Nightmare Hour. I am your host, the Nightmare Man. Alongside with me is a lovely but ghoulish diva of the dead, Princess Stat Quo. Right?
Hello.
Is that what you're calling yourself nowadays, Missy?
You're Mr. Diva.
Princess? I'm Mr. Diva.
I am a princess.
Oh.
You treat me like a princess.
Hey, I treated you pretty good this week, didn't you?
You always treat me pretty good.
It's
good.
I was above
Chicken's good.
I was above and beyond the
Pork
call.
chops is good.
Will you shut up?
Sorry.
I'm trying to explain myself and you
hungry.
got food in your head. You got a ham sandwich sitting right there no more than a foot away from me that looks awful good.
It is
I
looking
go-
good, isn't it?
And I take a bite out of it. But welcome everybody to the show. We got a great treat in store for you. This week we had a chance to talk with one of our fellow monster colleagues, Mr. Larry Lutze.
Yes. Hey, you said it right.
I said it right. When he's listening to this, he's gonna smile.
He's
I
gonna
know.
laugh.
I know. He's gonna laugh.
He's
He's gonna laugh.
laugh.
Say, look, the dumbass finally got it.
Oh.
That's what he's gonna say.
No, you're not one of those.
But no, we had good fortune to talk with Larry this week about Monsters Among Us and everything, and you're going to hear that powwow in a little bit. But first, we're going to get on.
And he's coming over here.
That is
Him and
right.
His wife is coming over here tomorrow,
That is
and
right.
they get to be my first little victims of my brand new camera.
Yeah, Diva is going to do a photo shoot with Larry. He's bringing 2 costumes over with him.
Yeah.
Yep, we're going to have a photo shoot with Larry. I can just imagine the people's reaction when they're, driving by and see a
And see a big
werewolf,
ol' werewolf.
standing on our front porch. And I said, well, that's the Adams' house. That's normal.
It's normal for them to drive by and see a big bloody zombie standing outside.
Ain't nothing.
Or Fred.
But Larry and Ingrid is coming. His wife Ingrid. We're going to kick it up. Throw some stuff on the grill too. We'll get some grub and.
I don't grill.
You don't grill.
No, I just eat what you grill.
Yeah, that is true. You eat what I grill. I grill it. You eat it. Well, the Lutzes in store.
We're going to have grilled barbecue chicken
The
breast.
Lutzes are in store for a treat tomorrow because we're having a good meal. So I cleaned off my grill. I'm ready to go.
You
ready to
did.
do
You
some
were
grilling.
scrubbing that thing this
And
afternoon.
The past couple of days has been pretty good, so it's good weather to grill. I've grilled in a blizzard. I don't care. I'll grill
Grilled
it.
in a blizzard.
I've grilled in snow, sandstorms, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Where have you had a sandstorm?
Just throw me a slab of meat on that puppy, and I'm ready to go.
This isn't the Wild West.
Well, it could be. Hey, speaking of food.
Food?
Yeah, speaking of food, I don't know if we should bring this up, but we have to bring this up as part of us being consumer.
Please. Oh man.
As part of consumer type people that we are consumers.
We have a public service announcement.
Yes, we have a public service announcement. Well, you have
start
you want
from
to
the
talk.
beginning.
You'd have to talk more about it than I do because you was the one that was getting ready to decapitate some people at the restaurant.
I was. KFC.
Well, let me set the scenario for you, folks. We decided to go out to eat. We didn't want to cook or anything, so we pick
KFC / Long John Silver's, isn't it?
Yeah, Kentucky Fried Chicken, and they got Long John Silver's in the mix there. Well, okay, we get in there and we figure out what we want and we order it. And we go back to the chair or back to our booth where we're sitting at. And
for 35 minutes.
35 minutes waiting on a what was the price of the meal?
Like $18 and some.
Yeah, very close to about
Right,
close
almost
to
$20.
Yeah, waiting on.
And then he brings me my food, and he doesn't bring me everything that I ordered. And some of the stuff that he brought me, I didn't order. He brought me coleslaw. I didn't order coleslaw. I ordered the green beans. And my fish, it was not hot.
No,
it was barely lukewarm.
I mean, it could happen in every town. I'm sure it does, but our town here of Kenton is really bad as far as fast food type service.
The guy had a huge attitude. He brings me the food, and he's like, here's your food. And I'm like, yeah, 35 minutes late. And he's like, well, sorry.
He's got to be sorry.
Like,
He'll be sorry when he loses his job over his attitude.
Well, I wrote the company.
But that's not all.
No, but wait, there's more.
There's more.
Where's your little one-liners? You're not finding them.
Well, I don't know. It's just the full moon's out.
Not yet.
Not yet.
But
I'm eating. I ordered what, a potato bowl, right?
Yeah, a mashed potato bowl.
Yeah, it's got the chicken and stuff on it. And on top of the crappy service and the stupidity and everything like that, the last bite out of my potato bowl
had a huge, nasty-looking hair in it.
Long hair in it.
I took a picture of it, and it does not look good.
It had to be the last bite.
I haven't posted the picture yet.
It had to be the last bite. I couldn't have seen it right then and there. Then I would have stopped and I wouldn't have ate it. But seeing that hair and knowing that I ate the whole potato bowl, it's just like, what other type of DNA did I digest?
But you're like, we're walking up to the car and you're like, I got somebody else's DNA in my body.
Yeah, it is.
Somebody's
DNA. Somebody's DNA is now in my body. None of
that was a blind statement if I ever did hear.
None of these clowns around here knows what the hell a hairnet is. We went into restaurants where the ladies worked behind the counter that their hair was long like Crystal Gale's. Yikes. Could you imagine that hair? That's
get one of them hairs in your mouth. You're gonna be pulling it out for a week.
There's a rope in my soup, waiter.
A rope.
But yeah, it's ridiculous that we have to put up with such. And we go through McDonald's and we order 2 cheeseburgers, 2 fries, or whatever. We get home and then there's 1 cheeseburger, 1 fry, and something else we didn't order.
1 fry,
and that's it. They do not pay attention to the drive-through. How's that ham sandwich holding up? That looks like roadkill.
Yeah, because it has ketchup.
You put ketchup and cheese on a ham sandwich? You're such a kid.
What the hell else am I put on it? It's good. There's mayo on there too.
You get done with that, what are you going to do? Go run after the ice cream truck next?
Yeah. Man, I wish it was summer so I could.
Well, maybe you won't find no hair in your ham sandwich then.
I need me some chocolate. I have me a sandwich.
You have you a sandwich. But, it's going to get to the point where I'm not going to KFC no more. You want to go to KFC? Beautiful. Bye. So long.
Beautiful.
Pick me up a Big Mac on the way there. The lack of customer service.
Yeah.
Where is it? It's not around here, I can tell you that much right now.
Customer service wasn't very good this morning when I was talking to the printer people.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. Back with electronics again.
Yes. Those wonderful electronics. They make your life so good.
Yeah, they made you cuss and call it everything but a white woman over there today.
I was not very nice to her, was I?
Well,
but
if they're going to ask you stupid questions,
I can't understand what she's saying. And then she's like, well, you must clean the machine. And I'm like, I did clean the machine like 5 times. And I aligned it more times. I said the machine only wants to print pink. Yes, I like pink, but I don't want my customers' pictures pink. I'm like, I got customers waiting on these pictures and they're pink. They need color. And she's like, did you clean the machine? I said, I just told you I cleaned the freaking machine.
Clean the machine.
And then she's like, well, I need to know the serial number on the ink cartridge. I said, I don't know where the serial number is. And she's like, well, it's underneath where the whatever, this, that, and the other.
The witcher-jigger. Go ahead and say it.
Yeah, the witcher-jigger. That's my word.
The witcher-jigger.
I tell her that it's not on there because it's not the machine type ink. Oh no, this is your problem. You have to go buy the ink that is supposed to be for this machine. No. You know what I said to her?
No.
I said, I laughed at her. I literally laughed at her. I said, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Only I didn't say that word. I'm sorry. I said, you gotta be kidding me. I said, they're all made of the same thing. They all fit in the machine. They all print. I've had the machine for several years now. It's never messed up the way that it's doing today. Oh, you'll have to get the special ink. I said, really? I said, my ink is cheap. Your ink is expensive. I'll buy my ink. She was making me... I actually hung up on her.
This is why I don't like to talk to people on phones like that. When I used to have the pay-as-you-go prepaid phones, all I had to do was the computer voice or whatever told me what buttons to push in, and I would add more minutes to my phone.
Yeah.
But when my phone would not do that, it wouldn't respond to my procedures. Then the little computer voice says, "Hold on, while I put you on with a representative." I was, oh my god, here we go. They're sticking me on a human that cannot speak the same language, and I couldn't understand them half the time. I'm not prejudiced. I got nothing against it, people, but when I'm trying to set something up and I can't understand what the hell they're saying, they're either going to have to put an American on there or what, because I can't operate pushing buttons and logging something in when I got somebody on the phone that I cannot understand. That sounds like they got cotton balls in their mouth.
When I first called,
they can't do it.
You know, those automated systems where it speaks and it wants you to speak back to it in order to go to the next part of the menu. It was arguing with me. The freaking automated system was arguing with me.
The robots ain't gonna take this shit.
It says, say what the name of your printer is, and I'm saying the exact model type of printer that I had.
It's a POS.
And no, it's not a piece of shit.
It's the POS model 111.
The machine comes back on, the little automated voice comes back on. Did you say blah 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 blah? I'm like, no, that's not what I said. It's like 4 times before it actually got what I actually said. I said it slow and clear.
The machines are slow.
Jenny.
Slow.
Chubby, make that funny noise again, will you? Huh? Sure I will. I'm a very big goblin.
Well, I don't care. I don't got the patience for the people. If I had a printer that was messed up, and then the only thing I would have to do is probably just unplug it and take it to the nearest landfill and or river and drop it off, because I don't want to mess with them people.
You know what happened one time when a telemarketer called my cell phone? I didn't recognize the number, so I had Cassandra answer the phone. She answers the phone, hola, and the lady on the other end of the line, she's trying to say something, and Cassandra's like, no habla inglés, and so the lady starts speaking Spanish and backfired on her.
Oh, great, yeah. You picked the right name, you picked the right language to talk to this lady, because she knows exactly what you mean. Well, you know something, the ranting and raving about the computers and all that, one of these days we won't have to worry about it anymore. We can just, basically go back to the basics. What are you looking at?
What's the remnants of my sandwich?
Well, finish it.
No, it's the crust.
Oh, well, put it in that trash can. Don't stand there and study it like it's a science project or something. It's not going to move. It's not going to
prized possession.
It's not going to jump off your napkin either. Throw it away like a good zombie and clean your mess up. But I can't take you nowhere, can I?
You didn't take me nowhere. I went and got the sandwich myself.
For heaven's
Made it in the kitchen.
Guess what?
Oh,
hey,
darn it.
We went shopping the other day.
We did.
And we bought a sheep load of stuff.
A sheep load? Oh, excuse me.
And trust me, we didn't buy any alcohol, that's for sure. Have another drink, Diva.
Please, officer, can I have another?
Another? Why would an officer be giving you one?
I don't know.
Beer in the first place?
I don't know.
No idea, but we went shopping this week, and we picked up more supplies to add to our rogues gallery of gifts and goodies that we will have at Monsters Among Us. We bought a sheep load of cups. We're going to make some Diva cups this time.
And more plaques.
More plaques.
And we got hungry and we went to eat and you laughed at me.
What's that got to do with buying stuff at the hobby store?
Because you laughed at me because I didn't see the person come and take the thing and brought it back and you're signing the thing and I didn't realize.
Oh, please, and you brought it up. Enlighten the audience of the brain fart that you had at the restaurant. Go ahead and enlighten them.
It was not a brain fart.
Would you like me to describe it?
The lady brings us the bill. It's sitting there. I put my debit card on there so it could get paid. And I'm sitting there and I'm finishing my eating. And I was just in my own little world over there. Nothing else existed. And all of a sudden I look up and you're signing the check. I'm like, dude, you took that up there already?
Yeah.
You had a fit laughing at me.
Yeah, I never left the comforts of my seat. I don't know how yet you could have missed me going up to the
because I was involved in my food.
That just goes to show you how much you pay attention.
I'm a zombie. I pay attention to food first.
Yeah, food first and everything goes whizzing by.
Hey.
But that was funny.
It wasn't.
I thought it was hilarious. You thought I went up there and you didn't even see me go up there. I let the flash. Zoom. It came right back. You didn't even see me. Jeez.
I bought sparkly stuff.
What sparkly stuff? What?
My table is going to have
Peter Pan powder?
A shimmery pink cover cover. And then it's also going to have a sparkly sheer pink thing to go over top of the pink shimmer.
Okay.
I know all of you monsters are just going to have to get over it because there's going to be pretty stuff in there.
Question: Is there going to be a little bit of I don't know, some zombie stuff on there perhaps that you're representing?
Yeah, I want to zombie it up, but it's going to be pretty and then zombied.
Little kids are going to go in there and think
little
kids are going to go in there and think this is going to be like a Barbie doll rummage sale or something like that.
I'm a princess.
There's going to be
it's got to be pretty.
Top of the line costumers like Jeff Wickenbeard, Larry,
give us an
and
announcement
Andrew,
about it.
And all them. They're going to have their areas darkened in their worst nightmares, and then when they come up to yours, it's strawberry shortcake.
No.
Jeez. You ain't gonna be by my. You gonna be near my table and rub the old sugary tarnish on my table. My table's gonna be black.
You're gonna be right
dark.
beside me.
You on the other. We're just gonna segregate you.
The pretty stuff.
We're gonna segregate you and put your table out in the hallway. You can sit out there.
You're not very nice.
But yeah, it looks like a genie's table or something with the sparkly and stuff like that. You're gonna dress up like Barbara Eden next.
I'm putting sparklies on my banner.
Yeah, see, now you're blinging up your banner.
I have to. I am Diva of the Dead. Do you ever see me not sparkle?
Is there any of the dead involved in all this diva stuff?
I gotta glory up, but it's gotta be sparkly first.
Sparklies and pretties and
it has to be pretty.
It makes me sick to my stomach.
Don't make me whine.
Yeah, don't make you whine. But yeah, I guess you'll have your bling decked out, and I got a standard black tablecloth. I might get something extra to go with it. I wish I had some more creepy cloth.
I think we have an orange one.
No, orange and black. There's Halloween colors.
I know.
I'd rather have the creepy cloth.
You are a creepy cloth.
I wish I would have saved that from the haunted trail because I had some strung up in my scene. But oh well, we'll think of something. A month to go yet. A month and so many odd days.
Just a few days.
But we're cutting it down to the wire. This is crunch time now. This month, we really get down to the nitty-gritty, and we're going to get everything done. You got more work to do on your printing and your cups. I got or your other things. I'll put together the cups, and we'll package all and box all this stuff up, and then come March, we'll stick it in the truck and head to Georgia. We'll be ready to go.
So the other night when we were getting ready to go to sleep, someone showed up. Who showed up?
I don't know who showed up.
Irving.
Oh, Irving. Yeah. I believe here.
Who is Irving?
Irving is a new character that you're going to be seeing here in the near future, and even on A Deadly Dose of Diva, which is now on hiatus for the time being, but we'll be back for some more episodes. She will. But Irving...
On Valentine's Day is going to be my comeback episode after all the revamping of the stuff.
That could be a better time because Irving is a nerdish type gentleman who has a thing for Diva of the Dead.
He has a
big
serious crush on Diva, but Irving,
he's harmless,
Irving was created and showed up out of your brain while we were in bed.
watching TV.
So, what does Irving like to do? What does he look like? How does he talk? Describe Irving.
Well, as I was getting ready to say, Irving is a nerdish guy. He lives with his parents. He plays video games all night. He's a big horror and Halloween fan, and his favorite crush of all time is on Princess Diva of the Dead. It's like Urkel with Laura on Family
He's
Matters.
got a goofy hat, and he's got a Diva button on his hat.
Yeah, Irving is Diva's biggest fan. The man is harmless, but he just has this infatuation over Diva the Dead that it ain't funny, and sometimes he may be able to be a pest, but all in all he means well, and he just goes gaga over Bob.
Diva.
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 So keep an eye out for Irving in the near future. He'll be coming your way soon.
He'll be coming around the mountain.
Yes, you go. Hey, getting back to costumes, when we was going to do our shopping in city of Lima, Ohio, is where we did most of our shopping. We noticed that we found two of them in two different places. They're tax offices.
Yeah.
People were
the
out.
dancing dude.
People were out dressed up like the Statue of Liberty to get people to come in and for advertisement. Then people stand out there in the cold at times, and they're out there for like hours, and I don't know how much they get paid for doing this thing. And
the one guy, you rolled your car window down and jammed up the song we had on the radio, which was an 80s song, and the Statue of Liberty started dancing and grooving.
He was jamming.
Funny.
I tipped my fedora off to him. They're out there
sitting
doing
there at a red
thing.
light while he's dancing to our music.
I never dressed up like Freddy Krueger and stand outside and dance for people, but I commend the guys for what they do. Like I said, I don't know how much they get paid for doing this stuff, man, but
probably very little.
If I was them, I would dress up in costume and stay in some warmer climate than they're standing out there holding signs and shit like that, and that's like hours, and you see your breath. I don't want to do that.
Well, it's gonna make you have to pee.
Well, of course.
I don't know where that came from.
Well, it does make you pee if you come in out from the cold. Then you got to strip off your costume and go to the bathroom. But they were out there doing their thing. And I commend them for it,
They're fun to watch. It reminds you of that big worm dude from the Squirty Worm novelty play shop place for the kids. It's called. It's in Lima. Yeah. And you got the Mr. Squirty Worm thing that dances around.
Yeah, he's dressed like a giant worm, and let's bring
dancing worm.
Let's bring our kids to this thing and let this giant worm come after him. Hi, Billy! I'm gonna eat your face. It's like, okay. But enough about giant mutated worms, and let's get on to something.
Our entire storyline has revolved around some kind of food or food places.
Where the subject tonight is food, probably.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't have a hair in it.
And like I said, I will never eat again. So on that note... What time is it?
It's about time for some movie reviews.
Diva's movie reviews right here, boys and girls. 3 of them on the list here that we're going to go over. Take it away, mon chéri.
Well, I had been wanting to watch Bad Teacher ever since it came out.
Mm-hmm.
I finally got to watch it, and I didn't care for it much at all.
I didn't really either. Regardless, I know we did watch it late, but I fell asleep, but still it wasn't going anywhere anyway. So.
It didn't do well at all.
Michelle Pfeiffer was in there, right?
Cameron.
Oh, Cameron Diaz, okay.
I was like, no, not Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh, they kind of look the same, but
for one, it was a very big put off of the image that they gave her with this basically drug addict, smoking, slutty looking.
She was a substitute teacher, right?
Yeah, she was a substitute teacher.
Mm-hmm.
No, not substitute. She was a real teacher.
Regular teacher.
Yeah, yeah. But I don't know. It's just an image that I would never see her play, and that was kind of a put off just from the beginning. Possibly if someone else would have been the lead actress playing that part, I might not have had such an issue with it, because I thought it was going to be funny, and there wasn't very many funny parts in it. It just kind of was a put off just because the role that they gave her, and they made her smoke. That's
bad. That's
not something I've ever seen her do before, and it was just like, what? This ain't her.
Bad image to the kid.
Yeah, it wasn't just. It's not that I have anything against people who do smoke, because some people do, but I mean that's just something that I hadn't seen her doing, and then they had her doing all kinds of things that a role that she would never have played before. So
you give it a thumbs down, I take it?
Yeah, I didn't care for it much at all.
Onward to the next one. Idiot Brother.
Oh my goodness.
Everybody in their family has to have one or two idiot brothers.
He has a dog named Willie Nelson.
Yeah. And then at the end of the movie, he runs into some cute girl, and her dog's name is Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
Where's another idiot?
Hey.
Idiot Brother.
I have a dog named Princess Madonna.
Who named her that?
I did. I love Madonna. I want to meet her. We've already gone over this before.
The hippie
Idiot Brother was it was funny.
Yeah, it was funny. I recommend everybody to go see it.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's a story about a guy that makes some very stupid moves,
running a booth at this like farmer's market type thing.
And the stupid guy actually gets conned into selling dope to a cop.
The cop was brilliant about it, though.
Oh, yeah.
He was all, oh, I'm all depressed, and you got anything to cheer me up, and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, you're a cop. I can't do that. I don't have anything like that. Yeah. And he's like, walks away all gloomy and glum, and he's all, oh, well, okay. And he's like, oh, well, he's going to feel sorry for the cop. Oh, well, come here. I'm like, no, don't do that.
And there's where he went. Spent some time in jail, and then he got out, and his sisters tried to help him out. And all he did was help them out by driving their lives to the brink by opening his big mouth.
Yeah, he did open his big mouth, but in the end, he brought everybody all together, and everything was all good.
There was a happy ending to it.
Yeah, there was actually a few moral values in there.
I would have killed him. Because, when there's a time to open your mouth, there ain't time not to open your mouth, and he did not seem how to function that well with it. So. And
the best movie we watched this whole week, Real Steel.
Real Steel with
Hugh Jackman. I love that movie.
If you guys like boxing and robots, man,
it didn't hurt that my Wolverine guy was the main guy.
This is your guy now, huh?
Hey, Wolverine. I'm X-Men gal right here.
Oh, you're an X-Men. What happened to Superman?
Oh, Superman's the tops.
How's Superman going to feel when he finds out that you went over to Marvel instead of DC?
Superman's the tops, but...
You can't judge these cartoon characters and comic book characters by their arms and their good looks.
The hell I can't. I'm a woman. Hear me roar.
That's all you care about. Hear me roar. Hear me roar. Gee whiz.
I am woman. Hear me roar. In numbers too big to ignore.
But yeah, Real Steel.
I totally recommend that movie.
That's a good,
and that teaches you some values too, because the dad he's doing this robot fighting thing, and he goes out to his truck, and he's got two guys following him, and he don't know why they're following him. And he turns around and he socks the one guy in the nose, and he says, take one step further and I'm going to hit your girlfriend too. I'm going to floor you like your girlfriend or something like that. And then come to find out that they were there to tell him that he had a girlfriend 11, 12 years prior, and that she had died, and he now has a son that he has to take care of. And he was thinking on giving his son to his ex-girlfriend's sister, but they have him keep the boy for a couple of weeks. Well, actually, it was like 9 or something, 14 weeks or something like that.
And that's when they bonded.
Well, they go to this fight, and the dad, he does some stupid things and doesn't fight with his brain. He's just all doing all muscle thing and thinking he could just go in there and dominate, and he didn't. And he lost his robot. They killed it.
They killed the robot.
So they go to this scrap yard, and the kid slides down this terrain and ends up being caught by the foot of this
junkyard.
Ancient, like a junkyard robot, but it actually starts working, and his name is Atom, Atom.
So they bring the robot. They rescue the robot out of there. And
they rescue the robot, and the kid does things, and the robot has
what kind of things that the kid does?
The kid dances with the robot.
Ah.
He dances, and the robot sees him. It's
mimics his moves and everything.
Shadow movements is what they called it, something like that. Shadow movements.
So they bring the robot along, and they're winning big monies, and they're making it up to the top to the WWF version of the Robot Wars, or whatever you want to call it, and pits him up against the champion, and then he.
But what people don't know about Diva is one of my favorite all-time movies is the Transformers. I love the robots. I don't know why, they're just freaking awesome as hell.
Well, yeah. What other robot you know that turns
you don't care for Transformers as much as I
turns
do.
into a Maserati.
Sometimes if I put Transformers in, you'll come over to your desk and do the YouTube thing and stuff. Cause
as a kid, listen.
I know it's not Batman. I turn something Batman on, and you're all googly-eyed and just rush over to the couch.
As a kid, I had my fill of the Transformers in cartoon form, and I just don't care to watch them anymore. I don't have nothing against them. I don't have a bad word for them. I just choose not to watch it. If something else is on, I'll watch it.
Bumblebee is my favorite. I love him. He's awesome.
Well, mine was always Optimus Prime. I like him, but that's.
I like his voice. Optimus has an awesome voice.
My name is Optimus Prime. How about that?
Can you do Bumblebee? Because he doesn't even speak.
He doesn't speak.
He speaks
just uses
through songs.
Through his radio in his car there. You want me to sound like a radio station? 78.5 on your radio dial. Hey, guess what time it is now, Diva of the Dead?
Howdy! 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 Howdy!
It's time for the howdies, and we got a couple howdies to pass along to you. First one, James Updegraff. Looks like the Nightmare Man's going to be doing some business with James pretty soon.
Yeah.
We need a new face for Monsters Among Us.
That's
and
right.
He had posted a new one on his wall, and I may be wrong, but don't quote me on this, but I think it's the face from the Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4. Which will give a different look to me from the other type of looks I've had before with the CFX. So we're just we're going to get to kicking on that, and we'll see what James can do for me. We probably won't be establishing that transaction until next week, and then hopefully by the end of the month we'll have it ready for Monsters Among Us.
You're not feeling your cyborg character. You're gonna trade him in for something else, or what are you doing?
I'm not feeling. I'm not feeling the character. Actually, I will admit that I rushed into putting this one together without thinking in certain areas. There's some of the costume looks great, but I just don't feel that I want to do a cyborg. So I have my choice. I will change costumes, and in a future show here within the next couple weeks, I will have an official new character that I will pass along. Larry's helping me, by the way.
Larry is helping you, and don't give away any kind of clues or anything, because this new character has to be a surprise if we can pull it off.
Well,
the one that I suggested.
If we can't, then we'll just have to do the best we can.
It's one of your favorite kind of characters in a movie that you don't really care all so much for.
Actually, I do. But yeah, it's a secret.
There's actually two options that we could go with.
We'll see what we can happen. When Larry shows up, he'll have some ideas.
Oh yeah.
He'll help me along, but yeah, folks, we're not gonna do the cyborg. So
and if he can't help you as much as come up with any great ideas, we know a king of costumes who could.
Yeah, that's true. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens.
That's right.
Mark and Ashley Davis. Big howdy going out to them. Mark and Ashley Davis is owners at Skull and Bones Entertainment. And they will be interviewing you and I at Monsters Among Us and Days of the Dead in Atlanta.
That's right.
That's great. We can't wait to run into them.
I can't wait to run into a lot of people.
Oh, there's going to be I don't know who's going to be showing up at Atlanta for Days of the Dead, but I got a funny feeling that the house is going to be very packed.
I have a feeling it is too, because Atlanta is getting the buzz that we're coming to town, and they've not ever seen this sort of thing before, and
they haven't had a horror convention. They haven't had a horror convention of this magnitude show up on their doorstep. But when we do, open that doorstep, baby, because we's a coming in. We are coming.
Days of the Dead blew the roof off of Indianapolis. Just imagine what we're going to do.
It's going to do for that.
In Zombie Town. Speaking of, The Walking Dead comes back very soon.
Yes, it does. I can't wait. Because I'm tired of sitting here watching junk.
Storage Wars.
I want Dexter back. I want Walking Dead back. The seasons need to kick up. The Big C too.
And that what's the monster show where they create the monsters?
Monster something.
Monster Maker.
But they got a new one.
Something like that.
They got a new one coming out, and I think they're going to replace that one. That one show. For the life of me, I can't remember. Monster Makers. Is that what it's called?
Making Monsters or Monster Makers, something like that.
Like a reality show. This company that makes Hollywood monsters
based off of just one certain company that does these things.
So, we'll just have to wait. So, big howdy going out to James and Mark and Ashley. We can't wait to see you guys in the near future, and we're going to do it up. Hey, Beth Fontaine, a big howdy going out to her, too.
That's right.
Beth Fontaine is one of our fellow horror fans and friends. In the near future, she's going to be joining us for a weekend of powwowing over horror and Halloween ideas. And she is hopefully in August?
I believe she said August.
August is when she is going to host a paranormal?
It's like she's part of a paranormal investigation crew, I guess. But she's holding this event. It's at like a haunted school, if I'm understanding it correctly.
Yeah, I think the school.
All the details aren't ironed out yet, but
we got a ways to go yet.
And then
so it don't matter.
There's people will have a vendor table if they want one, and also if there's an offer for people to spend the night in the haunted school.
Well, most definitely.
Of course, we like the paranormals.
I told Beth in a message on Facebook that we should bring our ghosts along and visit with their ghosts, and that way they can have like a little party or something like that. So,
you don't have control over your ghost. He follows you around everywhere.
Yeah, he does.
She, whatever.
He hangs out. So big howdy shout out. There's no shout out. They're called howdies. What universe am I in?
I don't know.
I'm just tired. I need some more potato bowls from KFC, I guess.
Yeah. That'll make you lose some weight.
but a big howdy going out to Beth Fontaine. We love you, dear, and we hope to see you again real soon. And guess what, kiddies? We are pleased to have on the show one of our fellow costume colleagues that will be appearing at Monsters Among Us in Atlanta. His rogues gallery of characters range from Jason Voorhees, the Predator, and of course my personal favorite.
My favorite too.
That bloody giant thirsty werewolf that you always see him walking in at. That's one of my favorites.
That's the cool one.
I
love that thing.
The Nightmare Hour is pleased to welcome to the show Big Larry himself. Larry Lutze.
You did it again.
Close enough.
I'll get it right in the end. So.
Hello there.
Hello.
How's everything going with you, brother?
Busy.
Oh, I bet. Between your normal job and getting all these costumes right, I bet you're about as busy as a cat covering up your shit, isn't he?
Yeah. Pretty much it's called go to work, come home, and spend the rest of the night in the cave working on the costume stuff.
Oh, man.
Creating that Frankenstein monster, eh?
Working a new one, though.
Wishes.
Well, you know, we got a month to go on this, Larry. The countdown is progressing. Now,
5 weeks.
Now, what can you give us as far as a starting lineup of your costumes? What do you got?
What do I got? Well, as of right now, for sure, there will be 6 costumes, possibly 7, depending on whether one is completely finished. We all know what you mentioned at the beginning there. I have a Jason Voorhees versus costume from Freddy vs. Jason. I have Jason Voorhees from the remake from 2009. I have my werewolf, which everyone pretty much knows me for. That big, wonderful, hairy, bloody
cuddly
thing. It's like it's just going to rip your throat out.
I'm surprised I haven't got a picture with him as the werewolf yet.
Haven't never, Diva. I don't know. I don't understand that one.
Well, we're gonna fix that this time around.
Well, real quick story here. When I was waiting for my picture with Heather Langenkamp at Days of the Dead, I turn around and there he is standing in that costume, and I'm like, I got that glove on my hand, and I'm trying to fidgeting around and try to get my camera on my phone, to try to take a picture of it.
Trying to get your camera out of your phone.
Or I get my camera phone. But yeah, that's like I said. That's one of my favorites, man.
My Predator costume will also be there.
Yay.
That one may be updated by then, may not. I have a new mask, and the bodysuit is having a new paint job done to it. New mask, I'm hoping to have all that done due to the fact of the new mask is actually the Mr. Black mask. So, one of the gentlemen that's going to be there that we've met at the last Days of the Dead and all, I think, enjoyed meeting, Brian Steele.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the exact new mask I have for my Predator costume.
Awesome.
Last but not least, for sure, is the new one, which is taking up most of my time, is the Djinn from the movie Wishmaster from 1997.
I'm
really waiting to see that.
Yeah.
It's one I love that movie.
A lot of detail, a lot of time. That's actually taking up a majority of my time right now. And I said that was the last one, but there is one little one that's being slipped in there that's an easy one to get done that I've been sort of working on and off for the last 2 years, and that is a clown costume.
Okay.
Everybody loves a clown. 1 in 3 people are afraid of them, so hey.
Our friend Rachel is terrified of clowns.
Well, and everybody's used to that wolf, so if anybody has any idea of how demonic my mind actually is... Once they see this clown, they'll be like, yeah, that's Larry.
That's Larry. that's Larry in a nutshell.
Well, with Rachel being scared of clowns, last year when we had our Halloween party, we waited till after she got here. She texted me she was coming, and we had a clown waiting behind the door. So when she came in and closed the door, right there's the clown in her face. I got that all on video. It's funny.
And she loved you.
Oh,
she did. She was ready to kill me.
She since I was a part of it, she called me everything but a white man, I believe.
I believe she did.
I believe that night. With
I wonder why she didn't come over for a while after that.
I would walk in here and probably end up getting sabotaged. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
When we was at our last convention, and when you was checking into the hotel, we got separated. Okay. And dummy me, I thought our room was like on the higher floors. So I'm in this elevator trying to find this room. We make a stop, and in walks 3 people. It was Freddy Krueger. I think another character. I can't remember. It might have been Leatherface, and Jason Voorhees. And right off the bat, Jason comes right up to me and says, "Hey, Nightmare Man, how you doing?" It was Larry. He says, "You know who I am, don't you?"
That got a character.
I was like, where else in a horror convention when you get in an elevator and then people like comes on there, man? I
love it.
I will never forget that. The time
I'm never going to forget scaring Russell Streiner.
Oh yeah, big time.
That was funny.
Okay, Larry, we got to ask you, brother. we're going to jump back in the old DeLorean and time travel back to the earlier days of Larry and his beginnings in the Halloween and horror industry, man. What set you off?
What set me off? Well, if we want to go way back to when I was a little kid, up here in Michigan, where I'm from, Channel 50 was out of Detroit at the time, and Channel 50 had Saturday afternoon monster movies.
Oh, yeah.
I was the kid that was glued every Saturday afternoon to those monster movies.
Yep, me too.
I can understand that.
Religiously. And, you know, my parents, since seeing what I've gotten involved with here with the conventions and everything, sort of chuckle, and they're like, do you remember how many times you ended up in our bedroom? So, yeah, back then it was probably at least once a month. You know, I'd have nightmares from something I watched, but I would still watch them. Didn't make any difference.
Yeah.
Now, as I've gotten older, there was a big lapse in time in there where I still would love to go watch the movies, but I had no one around that I was involved with or that really enjoyed it like I do. My wife loves Halloween, but she's not into the real horror end of it.
Right.
Being that I do physical therapy, one of my patients happened to have the same interest I do, and you guys have met John. He's come to the conventions with me.
Yeah.
John does a little bit of costuming. 2009, we did our own haunted house. So I'm usually one of those haunt guys that works at a haunt during Halloween season.
Yep, that's what
we do that too.
That's what we're all about too.
Yeah, so when I met John, it was just like a reawakening and opening things back up to the way it used to be for me. And from there, it's just sort of like crazy.
It's like crazy. Yeah,
it's little.
Yeah. I can relate back in the days when watching monster movies when I go to my grandmother's house in town because, you know, she was the one that had the better channels in. Yeah, and just glued there Saturday afternoon watching Shock Theater with Dr. Creep. Yep, so I can relate.
What was your first convention?
My first convention was actually, March of 2011 at Horror Hound.
Okay.
And really put the whole costume aspect in for me and really made me go, I like that. I want to do that.
Right.
That's the same feeling that we got when we attended our first one. Man, you know, we was bit by the costume bug, and that's
we were.
I think who really did it, and you know, he's another one of us cosplay or costume people that's going to be at Days of the Dead, Wickedbeard, which we all know Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
When I met Jeff, it was like, oh wow,
he's phenomenal.
I can do this.
Yeah.
And I have, even though I do physical therapy, I have a very big art background. I was an artist as a kid. I still am now. So it's been sort of a reawakening and opening up of a new realm for my art to be exposed.
That's cool. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, all those, the things you experience, and then you open up new ideas and create all new shit. It's just like me with a kid, man. You know, it would take me nothing for just to sit down in an afternoon with a pad and a pencil at the table and just create stuff out of your head and lose yourself in the time.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still waiting on that Diva cartoon.
Yeah, and I got to draw a Diva cartoon for
I told him I want a picture every week for a Diva cartoon. He's supposed to be cartooning me, and I'll do the caption for it, but... I
haven't drew anything in a long time.
I've been waiting since, like, August.
Well, cartooning her shouldn't be hard. She's sort of goofy sometimes.
Yeah, she is a cartoon herself.
That's not right, Larry. You know, I was going to add you to my list of brothers, but maybe I won't do that.
Whoa. Snap, baby.
I got Jeff and Trez brothers now, and I was going to add you to my list of brothers, but maybe I'll retract that statement.
As long as I don't have to be a princess.
Yeah, I don't have to see that crown stuck on.
That was funny. That was a good night.
That was.
Oh, man. Well, you know, and you know, here we are. You know, it's like we was talking about the very first conventions that we attended. You know, and here we are now.
Yeah.
2012 in Atlanta, Georgia. The Rogues Gallery of Us
March
Monsters.
March makes it 2 years for our conventioning.
Yeah, we're all going to be in this room for 3 days, of showing our shit, man. Doing what we do best. Strutting our stuff, man.
We don't have to fight the crowds and stand out in the
to...
hallways for hours on end getting pictures taken. They can all come to us.
Do you ever think we would have, if we would have asked you like 3 years ago, do you ever think this would have happened to us?
No.
I would have never dreamed it.
And you want to know what the funny thing is? You just saying what you said, that group of the 8 of us going to be in that room for 3 days together showing our stuff that we do and that we love to do.
Mm-hmm.
You made me get chills.
Yeah, it does.
It's not the complete direction where I really want to go, because the more I've been involved with the costumes for the last couple of years, the more I've pushed to do it. I want to do other things. I've always wanted to. I've always wanted to do my artwork or things in the direction of my artwork since I was a kid. I have an education to do therapy. It pays the bills so that I can play like a big kid.
There you go.
Yep.
There you go.
I'd love to get my foot in the door and do some small movie roles, which there's a possibility of with some people that we know from the conventions that I've talked. There's so many different avenues there, and you guys met Tom Devlin at the Last Days of the Dead, the gentleman that was on Face Off last year.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Tom is the man that is doing the gin mask, and Tom and I actually were discussing the possibilities this last weekend of another costume that's never been seen and never been done, which he would help me probably do a lot more than I let anybody do, just because it's so complex to do. And he's like, dude, that would be so kick-ass.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I'd love to.
Right.
So,
that is sweet.
It's just crazy. I would never think that in 2010, when I went to my first one, that this would be where I was at now.
Yeah.
Right. We didn't either. We didn't have a clue. I seen this convention thing online, and I ordered tickets to it. Then 2 days later, I showed it to him, and he fell in love with the thing. And we walked in the door, we were hooked for life.
Yeah.
Because it's just, I love it.
It was it was phenomenal that we went there on a Friday dressed in our normal clothes, and we just passed by people like we were shadows. And then Saturday, when we throw that stuff on, everybody
they come out of the woodwork.
Yeah, I just swarmed at us, and it's like, I didn't think that what I had on would have been such a big thing. I just went there to dress. My intention was just go there to dress up.
Did you ever think that you would have fans? I have fans. I'm the little shy girl from the back of the class. That was me in high school. I'm not even close to that anymore.
You want to know what? I was totally the same way. I was the introverted kid in school. I was quiet. I did play sports, but I kept to myself. I hated school.
I hated school. I was picked on in school.
I wasn't picked on, but I was the kid that got along with everybody. But I just didn't like anybody I went to school with. I know. And in all truthfulness, I didn't, because I didn't like the drama.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
For me to be the type of person I am now, my wife will look at me and go, you just get off on this way too much. And I do. And it's crazy. I would never think that I would like the attention that I get. But I love it.
Oh, yeah. And you will most definitely get a lot of attention in March. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
I will guarantee. Now everybody... Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say something. I don't remember what it was now because you interrupted me.
Okay, well, you stay by her and think about it, and you can come back. Okay, everybody's got a table, Larry. Everybody's going to have their stuff on there, representing them, trinkets, whatnot. What are we to see at Larry's table? Besides dead bodies.
Dead bodies would be great. Maybe some real ones? No. Did I just say that? I did.
Wishful thinking.
We'll bleep that out.
Maybe we can find one while we're there.
Anybody who's friends with me on Facebook and has seen me on Facebook, I'm going to do this real quick because, Big Larry is what everybody calls me, that we're around, that knows me from the DJ site with DJ Trey.
Right.
Larry Lutze. Lutze. Look me up on Facebook and see my pictures.
Yeah,
I did a sketch late last year that I finished up that was a character of me transforming into a werewolf.
oh, sweet. Very sweet.
That has been turned into a t-shirt.
Nice.
Really?
Yes.
I want one.
Put me down for 2, man.
I'm
That's sweet.
I'm betting you that's what he's bringing me to Atlanta because he said he has a surprise for me, and that's my guess.
Oh, no.
No, it's those Jello shots is what you're bringing. Or pudding shots.
Pudding shots. It was pudding, not Jello.
Mr. Bill?
Yes.
It's pudding, remember?
Pudding. That's right, pudding. Pudding, Jello. I've done so many Bill Cosby impersonations, I get them all mixed up.
So right now, that is the one thing for sure, some t-shirts. I'm trying to remember the exact slogan we put on it because I don't have anything in front of me, and I believe what they say are the animal I've become on them.
Awesome.
Nice.
Also, through the watching of Diva posting all the little trinket things that you two have been doing, they make transfers to actually make window clings.
I know, we have them. We're making some.
Yep.
I'm actually going to make that into a window cling also to bring and sell some of those.
Wow.
Cool.
And my wife convinced me to buy some magnets.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you can put those transfer things on the magnets.
Yeah, she dabbles in that stuff. She's the
I got
creator
tons of
stuff.
ideas.
Yeah.
See, the wife is the crafty one.
Yep.
I came from an enormous family filled full of females, and they all did crafts. So if you didn't do crafts in our family, you were the odd one out.
That's my wife. She's the crafty one. She's the sewer. She tries to teach me a little with sewing, but we fight about it. So, as of right now, those are the 3 things for sure, and probably some photographs. I have a young lady up here that I met at one of our concert hall places here in Flint that has been kind enough to take me out and do photo shoots with me. And
that's why I wanted you to come to town so I could get you some photo shoots done. We have an awesome park here that's got a wooded area. It would be great for your werewolf.
She did the photo shoot, which that stuff was posted on Facebook. It's able to be found on my page. Any of the stuff that she did for me, I'm more than welcome to use. She says, just let me know and I'll give you the picture the way that you want it, crop the way that you want it. So probably some pictures that I will be bringing to autograph if anybody wants any.
Those files will be on Facebook?
There are some, yes.
Yeah,
there are some there. I can tell you the one in particular that everybody always sees that they really like, Diva, is the werewolf, the black and white picture of me in the whole from top to bottom of the werewolf in front of the mausoleum.
Oh, that's sweet.
I don't think I've seen those.
You know, I think I might have seen them.
I was looking through your page, I think it was yesterday, looking for your werewolf pictures, because, like we had talked about, I got that photo program, and I was going to see if I could work some magic and do a little transformations to some of them.
I'll have to see what it is there, because I know I have that photo there.
Yeah, definitely send me a file with those pictures in email or something, and I'll see what I can do with them.
And the other was she took me to a sawmill that's from the early 1900s, late 1800s, that is up north of Flint here, out in the backwoods, that still runs. A family still owns it that originally owned it back then, and took some pretty cool Jason Voorhees pictures of me out there with my costume.
Nice.
Sweet.
So, and actually, Diva, I think you're a friend with her on Facebook, too.
Who is she?
Angela Davis.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a small world. Yeah,
yep.
Angie. Yeah, that's definitely.
So she's been a nice little hookup, and I just ran into her. I was at the machine shop in Flint watching a concert, and her and her husband were sitting near us, and we started talking, and I showed her the pictures on my phone. She's like, "Dude, I need to get you and do a photo shoot."
Hell yeah!
Right, let's talk about it. So,
we used to sit around and think that we were the strange ones in town because of the things that we like to do and the things we like all this horror and stuff. But when we walked into the conventions, we were like, okay, there's a ton of people just like us. We're not so strange after all.
We love what we do, don't we?
We definitely do.
I think there's a lot more out of us out there than what people actually realize. I mean, and you look at the vast different groups of people that you see at the conventions. I mean, you have everyone from your 4 and 5-year-old kids all the way up to grandma with a rolling walker.
Exactly.
Right.
You know, very first show, I'm in the showroom floor at that Horror Hound show, and it was just jammed on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
And I kept getting bumped in the back of my heel. And I turn around and look, and it's this little old lady, like mid-70s, with a rolling walker. That's cool. Grandma's here too. All right. So, you know, and everybody's there just to have a good time.
Yeah. That's...
I mean, when have you ever heard of anybody coming in and going ballistic in one of those, or getting in a fight at one of those? Or
Right.
Yeah.
You never hear that.
No,
everybody's just having a good time and hanging out and partying.
Oh, most definitely.
I love it in the evening after everything shuts down and the movie stars actually get out in the hallway and party with us. I just love it.
Yeah.
I have a very nice picture from the first Days of the Dead last year from that exact moment out in the hallways. Me standing between Derek Mears and Brian Steele.
I just seen that picture the other day.
I love that picture.
Yeah.
That was just like, I'm like, oh man, I gotta get my picture with you two out here in the hallway. The two of you next to me.
Yeah. The thing about it is, Larry, I have this little photo cube that's on my computer screen, and it shows pictures that I have in my files. And one of the pictures that I have of you, you're out of costume, but you're standing next to a giant penis.
I remember him.
and then you're also standing next to Adolfo in his big giant bear suit too.
Yeah, that's gonna be Leather Bear this time around.
I got you on there.
That's probably when him and I got our picture taken together, because I had a picture taken of the two of us with that costume on.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Most of it.
Now that's Leather Bear.
Nice Leather Bear.
I love how he made it into Leather Bear. That's awesome.
Well, brother, like I said, we got a month to go. Any final thoughts that you want to express? Now is the time. You got the mic, brother.
My thoughts are exactly this: you don't have tickets, get them. If you're not got a room yet, get it. If you're not there, get there. Mm-hmm. You will miss one of the best, if not the best, shows in the horror convention circuit.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And he's talking about Days of the Dead and Monsters Among Us. March.
Atlanta will be a hot mess by the time we're done with it, if that.
Oh, hell
yeah.
We will ring it a new ass. March 9th, 10th, and 11th in Atlanta. And if you are in the vicinity, get your carcasses over there and come check out Larry and the rest of us, as we're going to take your worst nightmares and make them realities, baby. Oh, yeah.
You got any people you want to say hello to, Larry?
You know, I don't even know who all listens to your show. So anybody out there that knows who I am, this is Big Lair. Just want to say hi to everybody. Get your butts in there. Get tickets. If you don't get to Atlanta, you better get to Indy. If you don't get to Indy, you've still got Chicago at the end of the year.
You heard the man. He's howling right there, boy.
We got a bunch of monsters. We're going to send after them if they don't get their asses over there.
We'll send them out, man.
Larry Lutze on the Nightmare Hour.
Yep, we can't wait to see Larry and his wife Ingrid this weekend.
That's right.
As they're going to show up. We're going to have a great old time. Next week on the show, hopefully we're going to have Andrew Alexander. Andrew plays the Michael Myers cosplay.
The silent killer.
Yep, the boogeyman, and he will be amongst us at Monsters Among Us. Andrew, which of course... he is Michael Myers to a T, and he's my favorite character. And his costume.
He does a wonderful job.
His costume is just like right down on the money, and he's my favorite character, Michael Myers. So
Why is Michael your favorite?
It's always been that way. I think it's because I got traumatized as a kid when I watched that movie for the first time, and then that character latched onto me. You think I would be walking around in cover halls on a white face and a butcher knife instead of a glove and a tattered sweater, but no,
you're not a big enough guy for that.
Yeah, there is some Michael Myerses out there that are more better.
Height endowed,
if you would say. I'm sort of the medium. I'm a Freddy Krueger height kind of guy. So.
Hey, we got to bring a little bit of scariness back into the house yesterday, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
My
sister brought her new foster kid over to the house today. Yesterday. She is very worried and concerned about the decorations in our house. And she has every reason to be worried.
She doesn't do scary movies at all.
She does not do scary and horror.
She didn't
and stuff
even
like
know what a Ouija board was.
No, she didn't know. She thought it was something that came with the Wii video game. Okay.
So she's sitting in the kitchen talking to Mary, and she's got her back to the doorway. And so what does Diva do? I run in here and I get my zombie hand and I stick it on her shoulder when she's not looking, and she turns her head to see what touched her shoulder, and she jumped and tried to run through the table and screamed like someone was killing her.
She let out a scream that the Indians would be proud of.
It's just a wiggly jiggly zombie hand.
Oh, to her it's hell in a handbasket.
She comes over today and I'm cleaning the living room, and she's sitting on the couch, and I take after her with an eyeball with its tendons and stuff hanging out, and I'm wiggling the eyeball in her face and gross her out.
You just wouldn't leave that girl alone.
Monday morning, she's got to sleep here.
Yeah, and when it's what are you going to do? Get up in the middle of the night and you're going to be behind that damn couch, and I know what you're going to do. Your hand's going to raise out, grab her arm, and then next thing you know, she is going to pee on my $900 couch. That's what's going to happen.
Oh, snap.
That's what's going to happen. So
we'll bring a cot in for her.
It'll be fun, but I think we're going to get out of here, Miss Diva the Dead.
I think we should get out of here, and Diva wants to send some Diva loves.
Oh, there you go. Diva loves all around. On behalf of Diva the Dead and myself, the Nightmare Man, see you next time, kiddies, and remember, always to keep on a slashing.